Welcome back to the Talk About Purpose podcast. I'm Matthew Huey.
I'm Brian Harper.
I'm Frank Curry.
And today we're talking about body positivity.
Body positivity.
Positively.
All right, so
Frank's been up all night waiting for this.
Positively.
So let's first define what it is, because I don't think people actually understand what it actually is. Body positivity is having or showing acceptance and appreciation of all body types, including one's own.
Okay.
Which is interesting because that's not really
suspense there. Sorry.
that's not really what the movement portrays at all.
No, it's not.
No.
Not at all. Go. Did any of you type in? Oh God, it was so nasty. Did any of you type in hashtag BOPO?
No.
What the hell is that?
That's the movement. That's the whole.
That's the movement. It's called BOPO.
BOPO. Yeah, body positivity.
Oh,
that's the whole
BOPO.
movement.
Body positivity.
And I don't.
Hmm?
So you would think you would hear from. Yeah, go ahead,
for body.
search it up.
I'm going right now.
Get the chlorine ready for his eyes.
Yeah. No. Are you Googling it?
I'm just kidding. Anyways, I was expecting to see stuff like burn victims.
Yeah.
Or wounded veterans.
Things like that. Yeah.
That's what I was expecting, at least like one video to be of.
No, is bopo.com?
No, hashtag Bopo. Oh, Grandpa's trying to use the phone. Guys, somebody help him.
Got me, God. I'm fucking old.
Oh, thank God it's not just me making those jokes to Frank, because
You're rubbing off on me now.
Oh,
that's what it is.
God.
Sorry.
Fucking whippersnappers.
So, all right. So, he hit it. He hit it. That was the noise.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Everybody's beautiful in their own way. I mean, I've seen a lot of attractive women in different forms, obviously, but we'll talk to the negativity. Sorry, go ahead. Saying, it's just
So I mean,
Their movement's more just trying to.
Yeah,
They're trying to normalize obesity. That's
I
what
haven't
they're doing.
seen anything like crazy here.
that's an interesting perspective. Yeah,
It is. That's what they're doing. I think people.
that's the overall what it seems like.
Well, I mean, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it's healthy until it's not healthy.
Exactly. You cannot put those two together. You cannot put body positivity and health together, because when they're trying to normalize obesity and they're trying to say that it's still healthy, and that's just a blatant lie.
Well,
That's a lie.
here it is. I'm the gray area guy, so I disagree a little bit there, because body positivity isn't just, you don't just think of fat right away. Like, I don't think of just fat when
Neither
it comes
do
to
I.
positive. So I mean, I think that there is body positivity should be a thing. It is. Like, if somebody has
Agreed.
born with a defect or something, I still love your body. You should still love your body. You were still given this body by a divine right? So it should be there. It's the body positivity that turns unhealthy then, or not good, when you're like, well, I'm beautiful fat, I'm beautiful unhealthy, I know my cholesterol is such, but I'm beautiful in this way. You know what I mean? I know stuff like that. Like, now you're enabling the unhealthy part of it, and you're just saying, instead of empowering yourself to say, I shouldn't be this body because I'm overweight and it's taking a toll on me, I'm going to embrace myself for being that. And I don't care if I get bigger. Like that. Yeah, that scares me. That's the unhealthy part of it. But I think that it should be, you're beautiful in your color. You're beautiful, with your body. If you have any deformities, those are beautiful as well, because you're on this earth and you were given that, and you were given that for a reason. Maybe you just don't know the purpose why you were given that, but God, it works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a reason for that. And maybe it's just for you to empower others. Maybe your purpose on this life is to be born with a disability and now show others, like, hey, look what I can do with this disability. You can do this too. Now my purpose is to show you this. Yeah. I'm going to show you how to do that. So I mean, like, everything's a gray area with me, right? I know I'm hitting like so many different points.
Many points.
So many points. I'm just going crazy out here.
Keep going.
Yeah, go ahead. Frank's talking too much. Got it. But yeah, let's go ahead. It's just, I think it's a gray area. It's a gray area. So it's healthy until it's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything else. Like, drinking water is healthy until it's not healthy. If you drink too much water, it knocks your electrolytes out, right?
Yeah.
It causes shit to go wonky. Like air. Too much air is not good. Little air is not good. See what I mean? Got to have the right amount of air. You have the good SPO2. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like anything else.
So I think one of the key things you touched on there was disability. Being overweight, disability.
I don't think so.
No, I know that, but I'm saying that's the difference between like
Yeah.
I think disability should absolutely be involved in positivity, right? Like,
Should.
yeah, exactly. But being overweight should not be. I mean, maybe I'm empowered because I'm a little overweight and I'm do all these things and it's affecting my health, so that's why I'm a little overweight. That's one thing. But another thing is like, you know what? I'm proud of me being overweight. I'm just going to keep eating and being overweight, and that's who I am, and blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the
Can't do
difference. That's the difference that I'm saying.
Okay.
So I know I'm jumping all over the place. Anxiety, craziness, maybe a little bit of ADHD, whatever. We supposedly we all have a little bit of ADHD in us.
Yeah.
But that's the gray area I'm talking about.
Right.
So like it's good, like be empowered. Yeah, I'm a little bit overweight. I know I need to do something about it. I know I need to change it up because I know it's affecting my health, not just my look. It's not just all about look anymore. You know what I mean? But then on the flip side of that, don't be like, oh well, I'm empowered, big is beautiful. I'm just gonna be as big as naturally as I can be, and it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna live this wonderful life. No,
That's
you might
not healthy.
you'll be here for a short time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think a big part of it is fat activism, which is its own thing. They even have their own organization.
Fat activism.
Yeah, there's NAFA, which was founded in
National Association
1969.
I'm just kidding.
But anyways,
Say what?
What was that thing for on Family Guy? It was like the National Fat Guys Association or something like
I
that.
don't know, but
It's fun.
NAFA actually exists. It's the National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance, and it's big. It's huge. So fat activism has overtaken the body positive movement. That's the
So
problem.
they took over, and now body positivity is associated with them.
Well, the first,
they took it over. They literally just ran steamroller right over it with social media and dominated it.
I mean, you're helping yourself maybe mentally for like in some aspects, but again with the gut health thing. So if you're eating shitty food, you're not going to have mental clarity. Your mind to gut connection is going to be bad.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, in certain aspects, I mean, if you learn to accept it, you might be able to help with your anxiety over it or your depression over it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's one positive thing that could come out of it. But at the end of the day, like you're still not healthy. You're still not physically, you're not healthy.
yeah.
So did you hear about Health at Any Size?
No,
Another
that's
organization.
not true. That's not true.
They've got studies.
That's a blatant lie.
They've got scientific studies of over 2.8 million people studied.
Let's hear it.
You ready for this?
Not at all.
So
Why are we doing this podcast?
So health.
Next topic. No, I'm sorry.
Hey, try being a bodybuilder researching.
Oh my
this.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
The first person I think of is Lizzo.
Yeah.
Like she's pushing it hard.
Well,
and you know what? And then you shame people for being fat. Like, come on,
Now, hold on
talk
a
about narcissistic got a narc.
The opposite side of that, Adele lost a bunch of weight and she got shamed for it.
That's just how it is. Do you want to supersize that?
So do you?
Go ahead.
They have for sure. So the one thing that I gotta say, do you ever see that? What is it? They have that name Gorgon.
Oh, Gorgon. The Gorgon.
Gorgon.
Oh, the girl is like, I can have
it's not
anybody
a
I
girl.
want.
That's not a girl.
Yeah, that thing.
That's not a girl.
So
thing.
not a
I
girl.
gained. I don't know if it's a he or a she. I forget.
I don't know.
I think it identifies as she. I'm pretty sure. I think.
You just said it
Anyways,
identifies as a
Gorgon. What is it called?
Gorgon. Gorgon.
Anyways,
That thing.
you know
I
what I'm
just seen
talking
her.
about.
I just
Yeah.
seen her, yeah.
I have gained a little bit new respect for her because I seen a video leaked where she's sitting there and somebody comes up to interview. Keep saying her, and I feel bad because I don't know if that's what she identifies as. They.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, they
Oh,
come
fuck.
up to it, and I don't know his pronouns.
I wonder if those wheezes got caught in the microphone.
They. No, I didn't even talk about Zay.
So they come up to it.
You can't bring the mountain to you. You go to the mountain.
Oh my God.
Woo! All right. We're going to get through this together as a team. Come on.
Oh, man, this is almost turning out to be like the porn episode.
Seriously.
Oh, shit.
All right, moving
But
on.
anyway, so this interviewer comes up to her. He goes, "What about all the hate and negativity you get?" And she turns. It turns around. They turn around and go, "If you can't handle the negative criticism, you shouldn't be in the spotlight." Anyways, back to the haze. So there was a good study there. How did I get so derailed?
I don't know. Us.
No, we were talking about how
Worms.
they I said Adele lost a lot of weight.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh man, we didn't touch on that. That's good.
You want to touch Adele?
can't do that.
Touch on
she'd be
touch on
fine.
that where?
I'm good. I'm married. my friend. I'm married. I'm good.
We're some good looking guys, but I don't know.
shit.
I don't know if we're that good looking. Oh, look what you did.
Oh, look at you doing. What?
Okay. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. You don't have to edit out. That's normal, right?
Not really.
Anyways.
The notepad.
3 minutes.
So health at every size. It does have some things I agree with, but a lot of it I don't. But it does go into trying to be healthy where you're at. So that aspect of it I get. And haze is a huge movement right now. Huge.
Trying to be healthy where you're at.
Yes. So I mean, imagine if you're, 300-400 pounds and you're trying to get healthy. What's going to happen if you're trying to get healthy? Gonna lose weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a natural byproduct of lifestyle change.
Right.
But where
Solid poops.
solid boobs.
Don't you start with the damn poop again. Don't you start, Frank.
Oh, wow.
Stop.
All right, Cake Boss, we got it.
Got the cake pros. Still taking that shitty pill?
No.
That is so nasty.
That is disgusting.
All right, back to the studies.
I still can't believe that's a thing.
So a meta-analysis from 2013,
Mhm.
which meta-analysis is a whole bunch of
Facebook?
studies. No, they do analyze the crap out of you though. You sell everything, but it's just a whole bunch of studies pulled together and all the studies studied together with all the statistics intertwined and correlated.
Mhm.
But they studied 2.8 million people, and Catherine Flegel was the lead on that, I guess. But it found that some fats, oh, and by the way, they're not offended by the word fats. They're offended by obese and overweight. So you could say fats.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
But go ahead to continue. I got
Anyways,
one
skinnies are what we're called. So
for you. I know about skinny fat too. Oh,
Yeah.
we got
skinny fat's a real thing.
Skinny, it is
Yeah.
a real thing.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay, keep going.
But anyways, they found that a lot of fats live, a lot. Some fats live longer than skinnies. And there really isn't much difference in the BMI, body mass index, of 25 to 35 as far as life, which at 30, you're over 25, 25, I believe you're overweight, 30, you're obese, which those are no longer the terms. You're class 1, class 2. They've actually done away with the terms obese, morbidly obese.
Really?
Yeah, because it's too offensive. So now you're class 1, class 2, class 3.
I guess my question. I guess my question is this: hasn't the control changed over the years? So these numbers mean shit to me because the control has changed over the years.
Yeah,
In the
okay, I see
70s,
what you're
people
saying.
were healthier than they are now. So you can take 50 million people or whatever the frick you want to do and test them, but their control is going to be way different than 30 years ago per se, because the food industry has made everybody disgusting. In my opinion.
Yeah.
And then you look at the average number of people that work out compared to the average population now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like
if you're
I
not
think- I
working
think
out,
the
there's a
control.
strong chance
Yeah.
you're probably going to be
Yeah,
overweight.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
You know?
well, you know what? Somebody that doesn't eat an overabundance of food but doesn't work out is going to die around the same time that somebody eats an abundance amount of food. Do you know what I mean? Like,
It's yeah.
well, what other controls or what other checks and balances are going in there to make sure that the control is real? So, what if you changed that? You know, what if you added a higher percentile of people that actually work out against the fatties?
Yeah, it's called the obesity paradox is
Yeah.
what you're talking about. It's
Oh,
like
wow.
the smoker's paradox.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
some smokers are centurions. They've lived over 100 years. They smoke every single day of their life.
Yeah,
You know, you can't base it off of one.
yeah,
No,
You can't
yeah.
base it off of
Yeah.
a small group.
yeah,
It's gonna increase your chances of death.
yeah.
Right.
Cool.
You know, yeah.
Um,
so it's called
like-
the obesity paradox. What you're
All right.
talking about?
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Good to know. Damn.
Yeah.
All right. See, I know the logic of it, or like the common sense of it.
You are
all,
very-
but I just don't
yeah.
know. I just don't know the terms per se.
Mhm.
But I know common sense of it. I
Mhm.
have common sense.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
got.
I
Yeah,
tried
you bring
to.
it back down to earth.
I tried to. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, because that's where I am on Earth, or
All right. So
whatever.
which one of those things did we want to go back into, Adele, or
We can do that.
what was
that's
the other
fine.
one you had? Oh man,
Lizzo.
I feel like I'm
Lizzo.
lost. Lizzo.
Lizzo. Let's
Go
talk
ahead,
about
go
Lizzo
on
because
to
Lizzo's
Lizzo.
more.
Lizzo's an interesting one.
Yeah, like I think she's the worst because
I don't know a
she's-
whole lot, so you're educating me right
So,
now.
well,
so.
Lizzo's all about big body and everything, and you know, I've seen some crazy memes out there. It's like I paid extra to get on the front seat, and this is what they see, and it's Lizzo in this like leotard-looking thing with everything spread out everywhere, with their legs spread out everywhere and stuff. I was like, I don't wanna pay for the front seat for that, or front row for that. I don't want to be there for that. But it's just anybody that pushes. She's overweight, like a lot. She's pretty obese.
Yeah, she'd
Lizzo's
be
pretty-
class 3.
yeah, she's class 3. You know, so I think of Ghostbusters, but I love Ghostbusters.
Jeez.
But yeah, she's class 3 and she's pushing it. So like, this is beautiful. This is the new body. You know what I mean? Thankfully, people are seeing through her because she's a narcissist when she's body shaming other people for being fat. Like, dancers aren't fat. You know, if you get fat, you're gone. Meanwhile, I'm 3 times the size of you probably,
Yeah.
and I'm the main star. It's like, you know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not
She's
going
not
to
a
say
good
that.
person.
I think that, but I was like, maybe you went to SeaWorld too often just because Shamu was the main attraction and all the dolphins danced around her.
Damn, Frank.
You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, that was pretty shitty of me to say, but it's honest. Like what chip do you have on your shoulder that you're allowed to be as big as you are and push, you know, that's healthy and be empowered like that, but then you're going to tell other people not to be like that? That's not even the positivity act. That's just you being a self-centered, righteous little shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And too stuck on yourself. So, you know, I don't care if I called her Shamu, whatever.
Yeah.
You're just being an asshole because you're making people think it's okay to be unhealthy, and then you're shaming people for being unhealthy. Like, you might as well be a goddamn politician.
Oh, don't
You know
say
what I'm
that.
saying?
Don't say that because they'll vote her in.
Oh, they
Oh,
probably would.
good
Imagine if Taylor
Lord.
Swift
You
went for
just-
something.
Oh my God! Or her, Travis
God.
Kelsey. Didn't you hear about? No, I'm just, God,
everybody
that's
would
all.
be-
That's all. Every time you watch a Chiefs game now, that's all it is. It's
Yeah.
just Travis Kelsey and,
then-
Taylor Swift.
And then that they lost the
And
game
then we
and Taylor
had
wasn't there.
so I'm an Eagles fan, so now
yeah.
they'd always put up a picture of Jason Kelsey and DeAndre Swift and be like, "This is the only Kelsey Swift combo I care about." Because Kelsey is on the line and DeAndre Swift's a running back. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are called fierce fatties, by the way.
Fierce fatties.
And
Ooh.
they support
Boss,
that.
There's
boss,
a name for
bitch.
these.
There's a
Why
name
are
for
we
them.
giving
Bitch, fatty.
names?
That's a pretty cool
to stuff
name,
like
but I
this?
don't.
I get
mean,
it, but why?
you know, I don't like. But it's a cool name.
Narcissist got a narc.
Yeah, for real.
So now why is she bigger? Is it because of she just doesn't care about her diet? Does she have like
Oh,
some
she does
kind
not
of
care
like
about it.
genetic problems? Like is there like what is it? She just doesn't give a shit. And
I don't think she gives a shit. They were making fun of her and putting like this McDonald's Lizzo meal or whatever. It was like
oh no.
5, or I forget what it was. It was like a couple sodas and like a couple fries, a couple burgers and shit. Like a family meal. It was like the Lizzo meal.
Holy fuck.
I was like, my goodness. You know what I mean? I look at it as this: your body's a temple. You know what I mean? So why are you gonna crush your temple and then make other people hurt their body? Like that would be like I know I'm doing something unhealthy. Like, okay, so let's take it back to me being a drug addict. I knew I was a drug addict.
Yep.
Made me feel good.
Mhm.
Made me feel like I was king of the world sometimes, depending on that substance. So should I push that on everybody else?
Nope.
Should we make that normal?
Nope.
So then why are we doing it? It's unhealthy. All we're doing is just swapping. That's where the common sense part of it comes in. Swap out the obesity with something else that's not healthy for your body. Should you be pushing other people to do it? No.
Nope.
So then why are we doing it with this?
So one of the issues that they raise with this, I'm going to say they, which is the fat activists, which is body positivity right now, because that's what it really is fat activism. If you hashtag it, you go on any social media, it's fat activism. It's not body positivity, even though it's masked as that. So we're going to treat body positivity as fat activism for a little bit, at least. The issue, I forgot where I was. Son of a bitch. What were you saying? Fuck. I got totally off track.
Yep. I was listening to what you were saying. I completely forgot what he was talking about.
So was I. Yeah, no.
I was talking about Lizzo and how it's not, and then how it being unhealthy.
Confidence.
Yeah, like
So
confidence is one thing, but yeah, like
that activist.
So because they don't have confidence naturally, that's where they're trying to bring it in. What's the majority of the population? It's not yet, but it almost is obese.
Yeah, I mean,
it's I think 47%.
Our kids, a lot of people let our kids get obese.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Did we do
and it's just because they're
that in it.
I don't think so.
Not really, no.
Did some sort of numbers on that.
And it's just them being exposed and having
maybe.
That's kind of what it is, I think.
We've talked about.
One out of every 3 in the UK. Oh man,
one out of every 3 in the UK are what, obese?
Overweight. Yeah.
Oh my
I don't
God,
think it's obese. I think
here,
it's overweight, which is a step
Well,
before.
I mean, so there's a difference though. Like when I was growing up, I got chubby and then I leaned out. It was part of the whole hormone thing. You know what I mean? That's different. It's chubby's different than being obese. Like I'm talking about like obese.
Yeah.
These little kids are obese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 30 BMI or higher.
Yeah, like
that's what that is.
When you think your BMI is less than it is normally. Like I was plenty of times I thought my BMI was lowered.
Well, see, BMI is tricky, and it's a little bit of a slippery slope, like they did with that study where they said, "Oh, hey, some fats live longer. Some fats, it's proven they have the same exact issues as skinnies at certain classes." That's tricky because I'm considered overweight. I don't know if I'm
obese.
I don't know if I'm obese. I forget.
I am too.
I know I'm overweight. I don't know if I'm obese according to BMI. But that doesn't take into account muscle at all.
Well, yeah, my doctor thinks I should be like, what, 220 pounds, 215 pounds.
I've never been told to lose
that's the thing.
weight.
So,
never.
So even to like get into the military, you have to, if you're a certain height, you have to be under a certain weight. But if you're working out in the gym constantly and you're heavy because you have a lot of muscle, you have to get a waiver then to be able to get into the military.
The military is not looking for buff dudes. They're looking for people in shape.
Yeah.
That's the issue because technically I would never be able to get into the military. But I'm freaking strong as an ox.
You'd still be able to get in.
You'd
You'd have to get a waiver to get in, though.
Can you actually get a waiver?
You can get a waiver.
Jacked?
Yeah, you can get a waiver.
Really?
You can get a waiver for just about anything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like you can get a waiver, but then I don't like the thing is when I was in we always did like fireman cares, like buddy care, things like that, because you need to be able to, like, if something happens on the battlefield and somebody gets hurt, you know what I mean? Like somebody, and you have to, like, you never leave a fallen comrade. That's in the warrior, like your warrior ethos, you know?
I pity the son of a bitch that's got to carry my ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they have a limit on it.
You have to be able to carry your buddy out of the battlefield, you know? So you better be in shape. So not only just be able to run fucking 10 miles, you know, but you also need to be strong. You need to be able to pick your buddy up and carry it, you know? And so that's like something that's like instilled in you. So when I was in the military, I went in at like 160 pounds, soaking wet right out of high school. I was a wrestler, so I was in good shape, you know, but while I was in there, I got strong. And that's, you know, that was my goal when I was in there. I wanted to get strong.
What the hell happened to
you?
Oof.
I had
back
kids.
for calling me old, you fuck.
I had kids.
Yeah, I did.
That'll do it. No, you'll get there.
You'll get there.
You're not wrong.
I was trying to help him. You'll get there.
He's being body positive.
Yeah, right. Get there.
Right.
Get
The
there.
real version of it.
You're not overweight and fat and obese, so you're doing good so far.
Sometimes
once you have time, you get back in there.
Sure.
What is? Look at me. I took time off, and it's how it is. What it is.
All right.
I
So
can't wait to
let's
get back in the gym,
let's
man.
talk about the hypocritical part of it, which gets into.
We weren't talking about the hypocritical.
No, we weren't.
We didn't even scratch the surface.
You did.
What are we
I know.
talking about?
But so not only is it a movement, but you can be not fat enough to be involved in the movement.
So you can support them, but you can't be in the movement if you're not fat enough.
Yeah.
Who determines the fatness?
NAFA,
The club leaders.
HAES, and the influencers that pretty much own the hashtags.
Now, hold on a sec. Can you imagine wanting to be in this movement? You wanted to be in it. And you're just a little underweight. It's like, damn, I got to eat like 6 more cheeseburgers to be able to get into this. I got to,
does
babe,
that
I
not
love you, but I got to go to
promote unhealth?
McDonald's right now.
Well, that's the problem. So like girls, so this is more of a women's movement. We could all
Okay.
just search the hashtag. It's all women.
Sure.
So, which it shouldn't be.
What the actual fuck is going on?
Women are, never mind.
Somebody pinch me. Get me out of this. Can I leave?
No.
Can we leave this earth now?
No.
So there's
No, you're not leaving me here with the fatties. Stop it. Stop.
Can we go to Mars or get past the permanent or whatever it is that whatever you believe in, don't care what it is. But can we get past it, please? Can we go somewhere else?
Can we become friends with Elon Musk so he takes us to
Can we go somewhere?
Mars?
Yes. Can we do something? Because what the actual F is going on?
And then I'm going to start my Flat Mars Society on Mars.
Flat Mars Society. Oh man.
I'm sorry.
The next planet I'm going to invent is going to be cone shaped.
Yeah.
Yep.
That Derek Harding guy I was telling you about, he actually believes that the Earth is flat.
There it
A lot of people do.
Yeah, and I don't understand that.
A lot of us say a lot of people from what I've seen, they're saying it's biblical. That's why.
That's his argument, saying that it's because of.
Bible doesn't say it's flat ever.
That was my camera that time.
Oh,
sorry.
Camera issues.
Yeah, sorry, God.
So there is fat spectrums according to these movements. The fat activism and body positivity. There's fat spectrums. You have small fats, which I believe was size 18 and under. And then we've got mid fats, which are size 20, 24, or 26.
These are women's sizes.
These are all
correct?
women's
I
sizes.
don't know
You hear
much-
what I'm
I
saying?
don't know much about women's sizes.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So 18 is you're pretty decent. You're wide. So, according to traditional media.
What is
So then there's
what
large.
is the equator? Ever hear that joke?
No.
Inner.
Huh?
Let's hear it.
What is it?
What I forget.
Did you ever hear this joke that I forget, guys?
This is the whole boomer.
Did
This
you
is the
ever
whole
forget
boomer
that joke?
aspect.
You ever hear that joke? I forgot. Yeah.
Fuck you guys. I'm going home. Fuck you guys. It was a mama joke. It was a mama joke. That's why it was.
Oh man,
It was your mama's belt size is equator.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. I'm going home. I'm wrapping this shit up. Cut it the fuck out. I'm out of here.
Funny.
Oh my god.
Mama's so fat when she sits around the house, she sits around the house.
Oh my god, mama
Oh,
joke.
we are so canceled.
Yeah.
Mama's so fat she sit on the rainbow and make Skittles.
Oh man, I gotta.
I wish I was that fat. I want to get in that group.
Yeah, well, there's so the large fats are 28 to 32. The super fat, or what they like to call themselves, infinifat.
Are you fucking?
They're proud of that title, infinifat.
Infinifat.
This episode is so hard right now.
Is this?
I'm trying to be respectful.
Is this people seriously? Is their biggest flex? Get it? Their biggest flex is.
They don't flex.
It does.
Their floorboards do.
I'm
Oh, son of a bitch.
Come on.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
That's too low.
This is, screw you guys.
Your turn. Go home.
I'm going home. Yeah, fuck you guys.
I gotta look up some more.
Oh,
shit.
son
You
of
guys
a-
got locked.
He does. I'm gonna go in there and be like, oh, I'm just gonna put my common sense to it because I'm freaking all over the place.
So that's anything women's size 32, which I didn't even comprehend. Anything size 32 and up
Is infinifat.
is infinifat. Now, the movement doesn't like small fats and mid fats.
Oh,
They think they should be off the platform and shouldn't be posting because they're hurting their movement.
You know, do you want to know? This is so fucked up. Do you know what's going on in my head right now? I think of,
Nothing.
I think,
Okay.
I think
Established.
fuck you, man.
it's the joke that he forgot.
I already said the joke that I forgot. You fucker. I keep thinking of Dana Carvey in the fucking movie The Master of Disguise when he's like, "Aren't I turtle enough for the turtle club?"
Aren't I turtle enough
So
for
like,
the
are these
turtle?
people aren't I fat enough for the fatty club?
Yeah, right.
Fatty.
Yeah. This is what you're doing. This is what I want you to
This
do.
is what I want you to be doing.
Good, that was good. That was good.
God.
Shit.
We're totally getting canceled.
Holy
We
cow.
absolutely are, yes. However,
Oh.
no, God. No.
Aren't I fatty enough for
Yeah.
the
No.
fatty
Hey, God.
club?
So, anyways, it's kind of hypocritical when a movement is supposed to include everybody that you start excluding people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
their hatred of skinny, which you were getting at with Adele.
Yes.
How that is
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah.
She does some surgery, she does some weight loss, she turns her life around, and
Because they had
suddenly she's
jealousy.
They had her up on a platform that big is
Jealousy.
beautiful, that type of stuff. And when
Yeah.
she wanted to do something for her health, for her to
Yeah.
feel better about herself, they bashed her for it. That's messed up.
That's hypocritical.
That's hypocritical.
What's the movement supposed to be? Positive.
Positive. But only you can only be body positive if you're fat. That's the only way. You
That's the only way.
can't be skinny and be positive about that.
Right.
You can't try to be healthy and be positive about that.
Listen,
I don't like the hypocritical aspects in this at all.
I'm the type of guy, man, that I'm all about empowering yourself. So when I see a bigger person at the gym, I go to Planet
Motivates
Fitness,
me.
so I'm like, or
Yeah.
tough guy at Planet Fitness. But I can make a workout what rocks. I've been working out for so long,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter. I just like how clean it is and how friendly people are there. And
Mm-hmm.
but when I see somebody at Planet Fitness that's a little overweight, especially women, well, men, but both. I do both.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I always
You
go
do
up to them. No, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I always go up to them and just let them know, like, hey, I know you're doing a good job. I don't even know them. I just go up, hey, do a good job.
Yep.
I'm proud you're here.
Yeah.
Because it takes I'm thinking to myself, what did it take them to get here? I mean, when I had surgery and I lost my size from not eating and being laid up, I didn't want to go to the gym because I didn't want people to see me like that. So if I'm used to going to the gym, have multiple years invested in myself going to the gym, I go there and I see that, or I'm having trouble going there because of that, and I see them there, I'm thinking to myself, what venture did they just have to get?
It's hard.
Yeah.
There's like a mental
You know what I
block
mean?
there, especially when you used to be like in shape
Yeah.
and then you get out of shape. It's almost like you don't even want to go into public to
Yep.
show people that you're trying to, because if you show that you're out of shape in that aspect, like trying to get on a treadmill
Yeah.
and run, you're breathing heavy, you're doing like a 4 mile an hour pace like that. Like it can be embarrassing almost. And yeah, it's like a mental block.
Yeah,
Like you said,
but I'm
when I
saying-
see people that are in there doing that, that's motivating.
Yeah. Why
And I
can't they do
want them
that?
to-
Why
they-
can't that be
They
the
should be
positivity?
proud.
Why can't that be the positive?
That is one of the positive side effects of body positivity. That actually is a positive side effect.
Good.
It is encouraging people to be confident enough to go to the gym.
Good. And you should.
So that
You absolutely
is
should.
a very, very good side effect of it.
There's not that many, like, I don't see a lot of overweight people there. Like, I see some, you know what I mean? But I don't see, like, it's not like a crowd of them. You know what I'm saying? So why can't we empower people to do that? Because no matter how you look at it, if you add cardiovascular activity to your life,
Yeah.
you're giving longevity to your life. Honestly, it's been how many studies need to happen? How many more need to happen?
Yeah.
So, that's why I look at it as like, what was the process it took them to get here? And then that's why I always give them props. Like, hey, you know, have this big muscle dude come over to you and say, hey, man, you're doing really good. I'm glad to see you're here.
Well, it's like you said, Frank. You've said it a bunch of times, honestly. It's like anything else. If you what's the first step? It's realizing that there's a problem.
Yeah.
Right. And then, so your problem is you're overweight. So what's a solution to that? Like, what would you do if you're overweight? Okay. I want to go to the gym. Well, I can't go to the gym. Why can't I go to the gym? Because I don't feel good about myself. All right. Well, how do I feel better about myself? I don't know. Maybe go see a doctor about issues that you're having or something that, anxiety or depression, and get that treated. And then it's all right. Once you get that mental block out of the way, you can go to the gym and start working out and try and make yourself feel better. And as you're taking these steps, your life is just going to get better and better.
Yeah. So there's a twisted side. There's a good side. The twisted side is you don't need to lose fat to be healthy. Then there's the positive side where you could get into a community of people that are like-minded, that have the same struggles to help you out of like depression and help you face your bullies and stuff like that, based around overweight, fatness, whatever the term is. And it can help move you forward, get you out of those things, and get you on the right path. So there is that side of it too, which I have respect for, but it's so overshadowed by the enormity of the actual stars in the movement that it's just a microscopic part of it. And that sucks. That should be the main part of it.
Right.
You're moving forward to get healthy. Yeah.
I mean, my view as I'm getting older, I mean, I was a son of a bitch when I was younger. I mean, I was just ignorant, and I don't mean to come across like that whole joke I made before about Lizzo and stuff like that being the main attraction and stuff. Like, I'm not like that about people. Like, I love everybody. I just, instead of being like, oh, fat, blah, 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 I get more disappointed and depressed for that person. Not depressed as an overall person for myself, but depressed for them, because I'm thinking to myself, like, I care about you as a human. If something popped off and we're in this building and an active shooter comes in and does something, I'm going to try to stop this shooter from hurting everybody in here, because I'm not type of guy. I'm not going to run. I'm going to try to get this guy out of here.
So why do you care about that person more than they do?
Yeah.
Like, why do I care about you more than you do care about you?
What's going on that, I'm caring more about you than you are. You know what I mean? Like, I care more about your body, and I have more respect for you than you have respect for yourself, because you're not really working out. You're not really watching what you eat. And I wouldn't even tell them to work out right away. I would tell them, why don't you change your gut health? Why don't you change your diet? Because diet means more than working out. So why don't you do the easier part of it? Why don't you start cutting back on your calories? Start watching your stuff. Let me introduce you to macros. Let me show you what your body really needs. Let me show you what a portion looks like. Let me show you what 6 ounces of protein looks like. That's the first time when I was growing up, the first time I actually looked in the macros and looked at what 6 ounces of chicken looks like and put that in my hand. I was like, you got to be shitting.
Right.
I am eating like 10 times more than this in a serving, and my body is not absorbing that. Well, not 10. I
was going to say, man, when I switched to eating healthy, I couldn't even eat everything because there's less calorie dense food in eating healthy. Well, I guess that's more with vegetables and salads and stuff like that.
So that's if you're eating healthy all the way. I'm just talking protein. So like if I'm saying, all right, 6 ounces of protein looks like this, it's like half a chicken breast or whatever.
180 calories.
Yeah, right. If I go and I'm not doing that, and what I'm used to is just going to KFC and eating a whole bucket of chicken.
Yeah.
Over 1,000 calories.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But look at the amount of protein that's in there. I'm way overeating my protein. My body's not absorbing that protein. Why am I doing it?
That would be a great.
You know what I'm saying?
Anyways, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. So the overeating aspect of it. So like you are challenging yourself for another version. I'm all about that. Always about challenging yourself for a new version. So why don't you have the respect for yourself to challenge yourself for another person? It doesn't take much. It's not like I'm asking you to take on a second job. Just cut back on the food a little bit. Change the food that you eat. Add additional foods that you normally don't eat.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like, make a little couple changes here. Start small. See how it makes you feel. If it makes you feel a little better, start adding more stuff to it. You can become another version. Your version doesn't have to be a large gap of version. It could be tiny increments of version. All right, well, my new version of me is I started eating celery. Celery is better for you than I switched chips out for celery. I switched chips out for carrots with peanut butter.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's a better version. And it's a sliver. It's just a tiny sliver. That's what we should be empowering. That's the positivity we should be going after. We shouldn't be saying, you know what? You're fat. You are beautiful the way you are. You are a beautiful human being. You're beautiful on the inside. You're beautiful on the outside. But I appreciate you more than you are right now. Why don't you do something for yourself? Why don't you try to challenge yourself? Why don't you try to make another version? Why don't you try to educate yourself on how shitty the food is in the United States?
Yeah.
And now you're slamming all this poison into your body. Why don't you look into fasting? Why don't you try other means? You see what I'm saying? Like so many different things. Like I love challenge. I challenge myself. I can't sit still. I'm always on the go. In my head, I'm always on the go. You know what I mean? So, and I'm always thinking to myself, how can I better this? How can I better that? How can I make this more efficient? How can I make me more efficient? So that's the positivity we should be going after. It should be body positivity. Everybody's beautiful. Yeah. However, the positivity aspect of it is push yourself to be a better version. Be positive about yourself. Be positive about yourself that you can reach another version. Be positive in yourself that these versions are going to be better than the versions previous.
You should
they're going to be better yourself.
Better. You should always be trying to do
and
better.
I'm telling you right now, if you do versions like that, even if they're slivers, after a period of time, if you look back 2 years, you do these version, you look back 2 years ago, you're going to say, holy shit, I used to be that person. I'm a total different person.
Right. Focusing on yourself and having yourself be the thing that you compare yourself to is the key, because you can always better yourself. Yeah, you're not gonna, 90% of us are not gonna be swimsuit models.
No.
Or you don't need whatever.
No. You don't need to be a swimsuit model to be beautiful. You know what I mean? Curves are beautiful.
Yeah.
You can't, you know what I mean?
But you can make yourself better.
Yeah.
And that's
the positivity
that matters.
And that's what it should be. And it shouldn't even be body positivity, because why just limit it to positivity? Like it should just be human positivity, person positivity.
Yeah.
Call it PP. Not really. No, that was a joke, by the way. But that's a horrible marketing aspect.
So I think you touched on.
What I'm saying is that like the positivity part of it is BS, because it shouldn't be, oh, well, big is beautiful. Let's change all the manufacturers that change all their clothes and push all their advertisements that big are beautiful, because now you're empowering people to be unhealthy.
That's like everybody right now.
Yeah.
Dove, Cosmopolitan, even Under Armour, Nike, everyone is embracing it and they're making money off it because we're like almost 50% obese in this country.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
I guess my question,
money.
Everything is based off of money. But I guess my question is how ironic is an athletic company
plus size mannequins?
Plus size mannequins.
Yeah.
Like, does that make any sense?
That's real.
You're not an athletic company anymore. You're now just a clothing company.
Hold on. You're working out. You're trying to get better.
Okay.
You get workout clothes.
Okay, so how many women do you know out there that wear leggings that are Nike, or wear leggings that never touch the gym in their life, that they just wear leggings and some
million.
Exactly. So there it is. It's a clothing company, not an athletic company anymore.
True, but they are selling an idea.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I think my issue is I try to see I see the good in people all the time, right? I try to see the good in people. So when they're not trying to do something, like if you're overweight and not trying to do something to better yourself, and if you talk to a person, like you talk to them and it's like, okay, they're an intellectual, they're not stupid, they know that they're overweight. It's not like it's something they're hearing it for the first time and they don't know it. They're just choosing not to do something about it. That's almost disappointing. Like you want them to do better. You want them like you. And again, we're going back to the whole you care about them more than they care about themselves.
Yeah,
but God,
that's what pisses me off about the movement. So. The part of the movement that really irks me is the fact that it's not only just helping promote better lifestyle and all that stuff, but it wants people to be unhealthy and pushes you to be that. And that's where it gets me really, really angry, because you're killing people. You're killing people.
Yep.
And your movement is based on killing people.
Can you say that again with a little more passion? Not that type of passion.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're killing people. Like motivational passion.
You're killing people. Some people are getting motivated.
I like to motivate. Motivate.
No, but no, I feel seriously about it, because that's the part that, as I was going through all this, was really peeing me off. Is you're just pushing people to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Like, way to go. Congrats.
I mean, it's another gray area. So like bodybuilding is pushing yourself to kill, is pushing people to kill themselves too on the opposite side of it. Like, hey, do tren.
Yeah.
Tren is huge right now. Like, do tren. You'll be huge. And all the girls will love you. You know what I mean? Like,
but you're going to have a heart attack at 35.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So you have to find the gray area. So it should be about health.
Yeah. It should be about health. Exactly.
Prioritizing
should be about
health. So you are beautiful. It should be about embracing oneself, embracing others for all their, differences and inequalities if they were born with, lacking something, unfortunately, or if they have, some kind of a dermatitis disease or something like that, or a pigmentation disorder or whatever it may be. You love them for that because that's who they are. That's their character. That's what makes them them. But you shouldn't make something be unhealthy, like you're saying. I agree with you.
Yeah.
With you with that. You know what I mean? But I don't agree that, or I don't agree that we shouldn't get rid of positivity. I think it should be there. It should just be maybe molded a little better and put to better use. We'll say put to better use.
Yeah, the future of it is fucked because of fat activism taking it over.
Yeah.
It should have helped so many other people that it didn't, with disabilities, not chosen lifestyles that make it hard for you. It should have been people that can't choose, that were blown up, that, were burned, that were trying to save somebody, for a firefighter, you know what I mean? A cop.
Yeah.
It should be that, but it's not. And I don't see the future of it turning around. I don't. And it's sad because where's their hashtag? Where's their movement?
Yeah.
They don't have one.
Yeah, I mean, like if you have a thyroid problem or something like that, and you're overweight because of that, there's nothing you can really do for that. So embrace yourself at that point in time. You know what I mean?
Not to mention all the food in this country sucks.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
If you have thyroid, definitely look into some gut health options. I know it's many different things.
Yeah,
but I do remember from the gut health seeing something about thyroid.
Yeah.
There was a way
thyroidism or something.
Oh man, there was a way with food. I don't remember it off the top of my head. Definitely check into that. That was interesting.
To go with the whole food thing, it's the lack of knowledge of nutrition as well. So
and it's the almighty dollar making the ROI matter. So they're putting all of these poisons into the food to make them last longer on the shelves, and then we consume it. That's all it is. And the more we educate ourselves, and the more that we try to educate ourselves and say, no, you shouldn't be all about the big body movement and eating as much calories as you can get in and stuff like that, because it's really poison.
Yeah.
So the other thing I want to touch way back to when you were talking before.
I talk a lot. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't even have coffee yet today.
You're good.
Jesus Christ.
You're good. This is
Christ.
great. So was dieting. A lot of these fat websites and Haze and all these websites say dieting doesn't work. Why they say that, and I
agree.
partially agree, is if you look at it in long term over your life, they generally don't. 90-some% fall off. And then when they fall off, 90% of the people that fall off gain more weight than when they started.
They
and that's actually real.
They rebound. It is.
Yeah,
I know people that actually did that. They rebound.
Now, I mean, I don't have much problem with it because I'm a bodybuilder. I go up and down in weight, which is unhealthy. But it's just to gain size. But the problem there where I was going was the cost of healthcare, how I was going to tie those two together. I don't know. But there was somehow I was going to.
Well, it makes sense. More unhealthy people, cost of healthcare goes up.
Where was I
Insurance
going with
companies.
Mhm.
I mean, it makes sense.
Anyways, cost of healthcare goes up with that. So
Makes sense.
Dieting doesn't really work in the long run, you're saying, right? So
thank you.
Yeah.
But son of a biatch.
It needs to be a lifestyle change.
That's what I was. Yes.
lucky you got
I need
two
more
smart
coffee.
intellectuals there.
Yeah, I
Well,
need,
it's nice.
I,
Well,
you
I
need
hope-
more coffee, and I need none.
So I work with a guy that's lost like 70 pounds this year. You know,
Awesome,
he
dude.
lost a lot
Yeah.
of weight,
Oh,
and
congrats
all
to
he was doing like meal
Meal
replacement
prep, yeah.
shakes. That's what he was using. He's doing that, and it was working for him. Like I said, he lost like 70 pounds. Now, like you said, hopefully it doesn't fall off and then end up gaining all that weight back.
Well,
you know,
there's
but-
still that percentage that doesn't. So
right. So
it's
hopefully
very optimistic for you.
But
buddy.
he's he's hit like a plateau now. A plateau. Sorry.
I remember that.
He's hit that right now where he's kind of stuck at one spot. And even though he's,
introduce fasting.
Yeah.
However, I would like to see if he introduced fasting to not just do the shakes. The shakes, I look at them as like malnutrition. You know what I mean? They're just higher protein.
Can't
It's
stand
really
shakes.
Yeah.
If you're dieting,
one,
no
but-
shakes.
Do one shake, but
I don't. If you can't get the food out of your diet and you're still hungry or something, you're not dieting right.
yeah. But it all depends on protein, though, right? Like I need 240 grams of protein a day. I need shakes to get that. How else am I going to get 240
That's
grams
what
of
I'm
protein?
saying. That's what I'm saying. You can't actually eat all the food you need to eat if you
I
eat
see what you're
healthy.
saying. Yeah.
Like
No,
you're
you
going
need
to be
food.
stuffed.
Yes. Yeah. So you got to do meal replacements and stuff like that. But if you're not working out, your protein doesn't need to be as crazy.
Right.
You know, you could do like maybe like 0.5 to 0.73 or 0.7 grams per lean pound of body weight. But if you're a bodybuilder, are you working out? You need at least a gram per pound of lean.
At least.
So when you're doing that, your protein intake needs to be up. So yeah, you should probably be introducing shakes and stuff. But if you're not, and you're normal like 220 pound person or 200, say you're 240, and your actual lean body weight is 210, it's not that hard to get 200 grams in. I mean, it is still pretty hard to get 200 grams of protein in. Like you don't think about it, but it's easier to get to.
What you just said was actually a pretty lean person.
Yeah.
Actually, 240, 200.
240 to
lose
210,
20. Well, if they want to lose 30 pounds, they're still pretty lean.
You'll end up, if they lose 30 pounds, then their lean body mass will probably be way lower though. They'll be down at like 200 lean.
Okay.
Because you'll lose that muscle there too.
Gotcha.
He went from like 354 to like 284 or something.
Damn.
I went.
Congrats to that, whoever that is. That's a awesome feat.
Yeah. No, I'll say his name. It's Derek Harding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You listen to John?
Huh?
Never mind. Off topic.
I went from 336 to 270. But I didn't do shakes. I just changed the way I ate and did cardio.
A lot of weight. It's a lot of weight.
Yeah, the most I've ever cut was from 240 something down to about 170.
That's
Holy
a lot.
crap.
That was
I was at 253 and I'm down to 229 right now.
Oh shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's
That's
great.
great.
Yeah, right.
Damn.
But
Feel good, man.
But that's the thing. That's where the positivity should be. It should be.
Yes.
And it's not that, I lost this weight. It's no, I gained years of my life.
Right.
So I know I'm way off topic. I have to state this statistic. I have to.
Go ahead.
We got off of cost of healthcare, and I wanted to just throw some numbers out there so people can actually physically hear.
YouTube, they can see.
Hear the numbers.
All the senses. Not smells.
You can feel it too.
They felt that.
In their base in their car.
But in 2021, Health System Tracker reported on average it cost obese people $12,588. Why would I say it that way?
I knew what you were saying.
In yearly medical costs, whereas non-obese person, it only costs $4,699. Okay,
Wow.
So you're talking. Let's just
Costs a lot
simplify
of
these
money to be
numbers.
fat.
Yeah. Well, why
Almost
does a
5
skinny
to almost
person need
13.
why does a skinny guy need $4,000 a year? What the hell is
You
he going
should be
through?
doing regular checkups.
$4,000.
No. Well, did you?
Well, hold on. Let me think about that.
Insurance to doctor
that's
shit is
true,
pretty
yeah,
shady. You're
yeah.
not talking
'Cause
cash
I'm not
payments.
thinking. I'm thinking to myself. What am I? Not for myself though. For my family, I'm like 400 or 500 a month. So that's $4,000
Yeah,
right there.
it's pretty scary.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Around zero.
correlate that with this. Okay, you want to talk about cost of healthcare?
Look at me like that.
If you're obese, you're costing everybody. You're pulling money out of every single person's dollar in America. If you're on welfare, 40% of everyone on welfare is obese. Who pays that difference of $8,000 for medical?
Well, if they're on that, we're paying for the food. So we're doing
Well,
both. We're paying for
doing-
the food for it to happen, and then we got to pay for the fucking
and their
healthcare.
disability when they go and get disability for being.
Well, I mean,
overweight.
technically,
That's an $8,000 difference that we're paying for because of decisions they've made that they could have easily not made or fixed.
Oh,
So we're paying for their in the healthcare that we actually pay for real. Comes out of our taxes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
I just want to point that out because people are negating the cost of healthcare, and they're saying we don't cost you anything. It comes out of our wallet. The fuck it does. It comes out of everybody's wallet.
Yep.
And there's the proof.
So does your food that you get on the tit. Get off the tit.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Get off the tit. I mean, technically, America is for the underachiever when you think about it. So you can technically, it is, right? So I could literally have a kid every couple of years if I'm a woman, right? I could literally have a kid every couple of years, not have to work, just have the kid, do whatever. And then I could eat the food, and then I could become obese. And then after my kids are grown, I can't have any more kids and the kids are out, that I can't claim them anymore to get the free shit. I could just say that I now cannot stand for a certain amount of hours. So now I get disability because I'm too overweight from eating the food. So you can technically, if you really wanted to, you can just not work ever. Just be a baby factory. You won't have much. It'll be living, first of the month to the first of the month, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
This is the land of opportunity, and you have the opportunity to do nothing if you really want to.
Right.
Unfortunately, but that's why the positivity should come out. Be positive.
Yeah.
Do something. But here we're not. So like. When we have actors, actresses, or musicians, whatever, when we have them saying that big is beautiful, and then we have another one saying that child support is money moves. What do you think? What do you think people are going to do?
Not. I don't like that.
I mean, it's just not. You know what I mean? We gotta start pointing the fingers and holding accountability. Like, and that's why I'm glad that stuff with Lizzo happened the way it did, because you need to be held accountable. Like, you're overweight. You're unhealthy. You're glorifying your unhealthy overweightness, and then you're shaming people on it. I'm glad that you got caught. I'm glad that you got caught. Maybe people realize, like, hey, this person was just a narcissist. Big and unhealthy is not beautiful. It's not. It's really not. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So there is quite a few people that argue the healthy argument. It's hard because you throw a rock, you find a study.
Yeah. You can find a study on anything, though.
But I guess
true. That's
you can
the
find
issue.
a study on anything.
So I mean, if they have all perfect blood panels and everything like that, they have a hard time wrapping their mind around. Well, this isn't going to last forever. Kind of like the smoker thing. The paradox we were talking about. Eventually, it will catch up.
Right.
Eventually, you might have
If it doesn't
perfect
happen to
panels. You might be able to run a mile and still be overweight.
But the thing of it is this: right now that you have stuff going on with you that is detrimental. So why would you do it that way? Why wouldn't you challenge yourself to be the opposite and be like, hey, my blood work and everything is good while I'm like this. What the fuck would it be if I wasn't like this?
Right.
It would probably be exponential, off the charts, stay like it forever.
Yeah. But so that,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I look at things. Like, I always look for, how can I better this? I'm not complacent. I'm not going to be complacent where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
If my shit's like this now, what would it be like if it wasn't like this now?
Even if you are like a statistical, I don't know, just somebody that just can make it through their entire life, go 100 years being overweight and somehow make it through. Even if you're one of those people's in that statistic, doesn't mean that your kids are going to be. Doesn't mean that everybody's going to be like that.
And
so you can't push you can't push that as health.
Yeah.
You can't push that as health. It's a blatant lie.
Exactly. And it skips a generation. So your generation is going to have more or less ailments than the next generation, right? Or different ones.
So your kids, you might say, "Oh, well, I was a smoker my whole life, or I was 500 pounds overweight my whole life, and I lived just fine." That doesn't mean your kids are gonna.
Nope.
That doesn't mean that your kids are gonna.
Nope. Exactly.
You shouldn't be pushing that. You shouldn't say, "Oh, well, no, he's fine. I was good. I was fine like that when I was his age."
So, what do you think of when you guys hear fit and fat?
I think of that.
A new trend.
I
think of that one heavyset basketball guy that is on a TikTok.
Oh wait,
no,
that's Escalade from And One videos.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
No,
oh my god!
He's just this. I don't know. I just saw him. He's like a 300-pound forward. That's just.
I think of offensive
really
lineman,
white dude.
Huh.
I was watching it. I just saw it on TikTok. That's why.
I think of football lineman, DN offensive lineman.
Yeah,
think of strongman.
Strong.
But here's
They
here's
are humongous
yeah,
and strong.
yeah, and look at most of them have heart problems.
Yeah, most of them have sleep apnea.
What's the first thing you know? What the first thing they say to do to get rid of sleep apnea?
Wait.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
Science.
you know what I mean? But all the studies say fit and fat. Well, how is that possible then? You know what I mean? Everything is like,
I don't care what they say, man. Being overweight is not healthy. Not healthy.
your heart is a muscle.
I don't care what studies it is. I don't.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the difference is the people that aren't overweight, they're not using their muscle. They're not challenging their muscle hard enough. So then when they go out and shovel snow, they have a heart attack, right?
Yes.
So these overweight
I
people,
forgot about that.
these overweight people, maybe their heart is being taxed all the time because they're moving this weight around all the time. So they're getting that high and low of the heart. So really, when you think about it, heart health
Holy shit.
isn't how many beats you have or what your blood pressure is. I mean, that's
Right.
part of it, but your heart health is how fast of the time does it get from high escalation to normal heart rate? So
Resting heart
for
rate.
these people that are overweight, how peak of a heart rate do they have getting from the couch to the kitchen if they're that overweight? Their heart rate's going to go exponential, and they're going to go, and then they're going to sit back down. It's going to come back down and go normal. So maybe they're getting a cardiovascular. Because think about it. I lost I don't know, with 60 some pounds. That's like carrying more than a 45-pound dumbbell on my back all the time. I'm going to get tired carrying that 45-pound dumbbell around on me. Maybe not right away,
right?
But I will eventually get tired. Now put 100 pounds on me. Put 100-pound sandbag on your back. That's weight. Your heart's going to get taxed, right?
Yeah.
That might be part of it. So you're getting a cardiovascular activity just by moving around the house because you're overweight compared to somebody that's just sitting around the house and then has to go do something cardiovascular.
Yeah. Wow. That's a good aspect that I never thought of.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And that just dawned on me.
Huh.
That's
You might be onto something. Frank.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole common sense part taken over. So, I mean, that's why I would look at it. So, I mean, that could be an example of why the study is the way it is. But I mean, studies are studies. They get manipulated and stuff like that over years, stuff like that. Like they did studies that cigarettes weren't bad for you. Cigarettes were smoking, or doctors were smoking cigarettes with you in the room and everything when you were a child. Well, not me, but my parents and stuff. So studies don't do anything. Oh, by the way, cancer is in every cigarette and cigarettes are bad and we're still going to have them. So you can still give yourself cancer if you want, but we're just going to tax them a little harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just the whole positivity thing should just be all about being positive about yourself, being positive about what you can gain, being positive that you have the opportunity to do whatever the hell you want in this country and take advantage of it.
Right.
Not, oh, well, positivity is I'm just obese. I'm not going to challenge myself to not be obese. I'm just going to adapt and grow with it. And that's just who I am. No, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself.
All right. I got a few more questions. I know it's getting late. We're kind of going on a little bit, but
no, we're good.
How do you guys feel about the fact, it is a fact, that obesity and being overweight is the only non-protected discrimination in hiring environments that is affecting how much obese people and overweight people get hired? They get hired in lower rates.
What type of jobs are we talking about?
Now, I don't know. It didn't state.
Well, I mean,
now,
go ahead.
My issue with that is, so even I know some people that are skinnies, or thin mints, they're called now. It's pretty interesting.
At least they're minty.
They're fresh.
Right.
Sorry.
But
But
Girl Scout.
but like
Dirty your mouth.
you can look at.
How about some of my thin mint?
Right. Oh no.
Oh, Frank! No, no.
Oh shit.
Where's my Bible?
Cancel.
No, but I mean, think about this. So this actually struck a chord with me, okay? Because I have heavyweight people in my life that I love to death, and it's their choice to be heavy. I don't care. I freaking love you to death, and I can look past that.
Yeah.
But the discrimination in the workplace is hard because, yes, you could see they have a problem in their life with eating, but skinny people have so many problems. Look at the porn epidemic that is screwing people's actual mind connections up for right and wrong outside of porn. If you didn't see that, watch that.
That's an episode.
But
Watch.
but no, I mean, seriously, you could see somebody all dressed nice, suit, tie, hair done, all that, everything. They come in and they can have the most horrendous life outside with terrible decisions.
Yeah, that's why.
Drugs, alcohol. But you get a fat person in and you instantly, there's no laws or anything to help with the discrimination against obesity and overweight. That is a real, and they get less jobs because of it.
Well, I mean, just do what hospitals do. They make you go through medical testing to see if you get the job or not. They do it to everybody.
Oh, really? That's
so
cool.
The new thing is they'll make sure your blood pressure is a certain range. They'll check your eyesight and they do all these other checks and balances before you take the position, before you're allowed to take the position. And then once you take the position, then you're golden. But so there was a time that I took a full-time job years ago. In between contracts, I took a full-timer. And they made me, I had to drive there and the drive wasn't best. I was stressed out. So when I got there, my blood pressure was high. My heart rate was high. I had to go out and sit down and think of a vacation house or something and come back in and get retested or they weren't going to hire me. I got everything else, passed everything, multiple interviews, everything going. Now I'm just doing the onboarding process and I might not get the job because my vitals aren't what they seek to be. So, I mean.
Interesting. Well, I mean, that is definitely a way to tackle that for sure.
Yeah.
Because if you're, fit and what was it?
Fit and fat.
Fit and fat. You shouldn't have to worry about that.
So I think it also, it depends on what the job is. Like in general, my job, it's a very physical and very intense, and very demanding job. You're constantly all day long. You're sometimes I don't even take lunch breaks because I need to get the job done. So I just keep going. Everybody can take a lunch break. It's not like we say, hey, you're not allowed to take a lunch break today.
That would be illegal.
Right.
That would be illegal. Yes, it would.
But sometimes because I need to get a job done, I'll work right through my lunch.
I do the same.
Keep going. So
I do the same. I don't even work. I work with my mind on a computer.
And I also hire people. So I have hired guys and I have hired guys that were overweight. I have done that, But in my line of work, it's a little different because when you start working here, you could be overweight. And as you start doing this work, you start to build up kind of an endurance. I don't expect everybody to come in here on day one and be able to keep up with these guys that have been here for years. So once they start pushing wheelbarrows and start doing stuff like that, they start shedding the pounds. They start dropping them. Like the one, I don't remember how much weight it was total, but the one summer we hired a bunch of new guys and we got everybody's if everybody was okay with it, they gave us all their starting weight. And we kept track, and throughout the year, we did a final total on how much weight the company has lost together, and it was a lot.
Wow!
I remember you saying something.
I forget the number. I don't want to say it because I don't want to misquote it. But it was a lot of weight. There was this one guy that works with us. I'm not going to say his name, but he came and worked with us, and when you see people day to day, you don't really notice the weight loss that they have. So when he showed us a picture, he's like, look at this before picture from when I started here and look at me now. And it's like, holy shit, you lost 60 pounds. And that's literally what it was. The guy lost 60 pounds in 4 months. It was ridiculous. Just from being outside and working.
Well, look at how I didn't even recognize him the other day.
Well, not even that. It's somebody different.
I know, but I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Look at me. I haven't seen you talking about how you notice that you don't notice it because you see them every day. I haven't seen him in.
And you didn't even recognize him. Exactly.
I introduced myself to him because I didn't know who he was.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. He talked about that then too. He's like, you said, hi, my name's Frank. He's like, I know. I talked to you 50 times. It's not the first time.
Where did I know you from? He's like, at the gym. I mean, seeing you, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that was funny.
And I bet you that made him feel good.
It
should.
It should.
It fucking should.
Yeah, it should.
Now that's the positivity you're looking for.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Something to feel good, empowered. Not, we shouldn't be empowering people, and we shouldn't be giving people empowerment for the wrong reasons.
Right.
But we're doing that. We're doing that for a lot of things, unfortunately. And it's not, it's unfortunate because it's not making citizens and citizenship better. It's making us worse.
Yeah. But I was just basically it just depends on the type of work. So like for here, if somebody's like, morbidly or sorry, what is it? Category 3,
Class
class 3.
three.
Sorry,
Yeah.
class 3. If they're,
Spectre.
and it's,
Ghostbusters.
Fat as a
you have to,
spectrum.
you got to worry about that person's health. Like, and it's like, does this person have diabetes? Does this person have, like, do they have any kind of medical concerns that being out doing all this physical work, are they going to have a heart attack on the job?
Yep.
Like you have, like, it's something that it's not discrimination. It's, so it's a health concern that you got to worry about. You got to worry about, like, I care about people's well-being. I want them to go home to their families.
Yep.
And
let's put it this way. Like, I understand that there's some studies out there that there may be some people that are overweight that have good blood panels. Good. That's awesome. Keep up the power. Hopefully it never catches up to you. Like you talked about, but again, we shouldn't be empowering people to do the wrong thing there. You know what I mean? It should just be, you can do this. Just put some work and effort into it.
Yep.
You're going to see some results. And when you see that results, that's going to be
right.
Not that, oh, well, I'm empowered because there's other people out there like me that don't want to do the work and work out and have a lifestyle that's better. And, you know what I mean?
See. Okay.
You know what I mean? It's not like they need to, like, let's not empower people like that.
Right.
Let's empower people to do better.
Yeah.
But if you look at if you look at every diagnose, like if you look at, I'm a huge WebMD guy. When I have an ailment, I think I have cancer and I'm dying and everything. But if you look at it, if being overweight is not that bad of a thing, then why is it for almost all the diagnoses that I look at, one of the first things to do is like lose weight, or for you to be susceptible for that diagnosis, you're overweight. Like colon cancer, for instance. If you look up colon cancer,
visceral fat, very vicious part of it.
Yeah, exactly. So if being overweight is so healthy and it's so empowering, then why do we see all the contradictions that, the first thing to do to combat these ailments, or the first thing to do to combat these symptoms, is to lose weight?
Yeah. So like you were saying there, I agree that it should be after the effect of it, but I think it should also be before. You should also be, if you're, way overweight, there should be a community for you to be engaged with that body positivity, to give you the courage, the confidence. That should be an aspect of it too. That's the only thing I wanted to add. So I agreed with what you said, but I think that's a missing part too, because to take the first step, it is important, and to have somebody to have your back,
a support group.
To build your confidence and
anything in life.
And that makes sense though, because that then compounds on the, well, what did it take for them to get here today?
Yes.
To be at the gym in the first place. So yeah, very good point.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Challenging.
That's
all we got.
Pretty
Hopefully
much.
People don't hate me for the Lizzo comments. But they're hating her right now. So
yeah, she's getting hated pretty hard.
Well, I'm not a fan of her either.
Can't be
can't
be hypocritical like that and expect the fan base to stick behind you and support you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking to myself, you're a role model for.
At the end of the day, if you're not a good person, you're not a good person.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be a role model.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think there's some good takeaways, some bad takeaways.
You fine line again, man. Love everybody. Don't hate on anybody. You know what I mean? Love everybody for who they are. Whether they're better than you or in your mind or not. Nobody's better than anybody. Everybody should be.
Yeah.
We're all humans. We all bleed the same color. And at the end of the day, if we're all standing around in the park and something happens from another Islam group or a terrorist group or whatever like that, you and I are equal to each other right now, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what you.
If something at the end of the day, something can happen where it doesn't matter your status or what you own or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
You and I are equal to each other, especially if we're out away from home where we own nothing. We have nothing with us. We don't have anything with us. And now something happens. The three of us are just now dudes trying to fend for ourselves or fend as a group.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So just love each other.
Yeah.
And try to, do better for each other. That's why I get more, instead of me being, childish and saying something stupid in my head about somebody being overweight or something like that, I now feel sorry and sorrow for them. Like what's going on? Why don't you care for your body? Why don't you care to be on this life longer?
Yeah.
You're going to be on this life longer if you do something, but you're not if you're not.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And judging people by their character is a good thing about this too. Like I said, I have many overweight, obese, class 3, class 2, class. I got all those friends.
Me too.
And some of them are class 3 that I treasure more than anything in this world.
Yep.
And I think judging people on their character is a very critical part, because we all have downfalls. Yes, you should talk to them if you really love them about it, which I have.
Try.
But you got to remember, it's the character of the person, and
Right.
it's still their decision at the end of the day what they want to do with their body. And just like people can say Christians jam the Bible down their throats, well, us people that go to the gym or health nuts, we can jam dieting and fat loss down people's throats too and push them away because of it.
Yeah.
So it is a fine line, and just remembering to take on the ability to look at somebody's character through the weight is important. I would never say support them getting weight, obviously, but just remember their character and don't just stereotype them into fat lazy immediately.
Don't judge a book by its cover. I've been judged my whole life by its cover. Everybody thinks I'm stupid and not educated because of the look of me, or I'm a bouncer or security.
Right.
But they just think that's what I am now. So when I tell them that I do it, I'm a software engineer, they think I'm joking. Like, yeah, funny joke, man. I'm like, no, I'm fucking serious.
Right.
Yeah, you should see me in a cubicle. I mean, it's not pretty, but I'm there, so
I'd have a hard time imagining you fit.
it's not fun.
Right.
I mean, I shared a cubicle with one of my friends already, so.
You dominated that cubicle.
Yeah, unfortunately, it smells.
I basically I would just want to say that, people, if you don't have a whole lot of knowledge on this, like, and you're dealing with mental blocks or any kind of anxiety, depression that might be stopping you from losing weight or trying to be healthy, do a little bit of research. Don't confuse being okay with what you look like and being healthy. Like, cause mental health is one aspect of it, but you also have to think about your physical health. And, a lot of people, if you're physically unhealthy or not, recognize that that's a problem at some point, when you're comfortable with it, recognize that it's a problem and start to, take the right steps to, rectify that issue, so.
Yeah. I mean,
all I got.
Yeah.
Don't hate me for the Lizzo comments.
Or the jokes. They're jokes, people. Jokes.
Yes, they're jokes.
Come on.
I think you guys forget what day and age we live in.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We're here to elevate, educate, but to have a good time. Like, I'm here to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to help people out, but I still want to have a good time doing the podcast. Otherwise, it's not a good time. So then why would I do it? It's not like we're making money off of this or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just doing this. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe things would change. Like, I mean, obviously things would change if we started making money off of this, or we started actually hitting a populace and we're helping that populace. Things would change. Priorities would change for me in my head anyways. Stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
No.
And it's about being useful. And that's
So,
what
I feel like
think
even
your
if I was making money
it's
off
core
of this,
values.
even if I was making money off this, I'd still be researching. And
no. I don't mean that. What I'm saying is like right now, this is just, it's a hobby. Think of it like that. Like right now, it's a hobby. We're trying to reach people. We're trying to help people. We're having a good time doing it.
Yeah.
So the good time doing it matters more now. Now, if it comes down to it, that it's a little more strenuous, but the ROI is better, where we're making money to help people, or we're just helping people, or something like that. Then that's what I'm saying. It would change.
Okay. Yeah, the ROI,
we're still going to keep doing the stuff. We're still going to keep doing the stuff. Like, I need ROI, meaning I need some kind of output. So I need to reach people, help people, understand that I'm seeing. Like, I only need one person, but just somebody coming out and say, "Hey, man, I don't know you from Adam, but you helped me out, and this is how you helped me out." It's gonna change the way I am in my head. Like, whoa, I'm actually hitting people.
Yeah.
Whoa, people are actually doing this. So I'm gonna start putting more and more into this then, because I'm seeing that it's actually working and some stuff's going on. I see an ROI.
Yeah.
Because you could have a drive. You could have a drive to do something, but once you start seeing results and seeing that you're actually making a difference, man, the motivation you're gonna have when that happens.
Yeah.
No, it's like, and like Eddie says, hit the gas.
Hit the gas.
He always says, hit the gas. So that's how it is. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm having a great time doing this, hoping that I hit people, hoping people don't hate me for some of the stuff that I say and some of the stuff that I joke about.
Eddie Perales video.
Yep.
Eddie Perales video. Good one.
But if it turns out that, we're not reaching anything, but if it turns out that I'm not reaching a base and I'm not doing anything, then it's just for fun then, right?
Yeah.
But if the fun goes away and I'm not reaching a base or anything, then what's the purpose of doing it?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. This for us, I don't know how we got on this topic, but the ROI on this has been my growth in research, camaraderie with you guys, learning from successful people in our interviews,
challenging our beliefs.
So much fun.
That's been a great time.
Challenging our beliefs,
challenging
challenging others' beliefs, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, show your support, like, comment, subscribe,
Definitely.
leave a review on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcast, whatever you're on. Please let us know what's going on and what you think of us, and we would greatly appreciate that.
Yeah,
Helps a lot.
Yeah, let us know if we're having an ROI. Let us know if we're doing anything for you. Or if there's something that we can do better.
Or if you have a question.
Yeah.
Any questions? Or
constructive criticism is welcome. Haters are going to hate. If I want some haters, because then that means we're doing something right?
Yeah. Yep. Let us know what you'd like to hear about. Any other topics you guys want to hear about?
And always look for a better version. Don't be doing this positivity bullshit just to be complacent. That's my worry. Like you said, man,
it's a crutch.
The positivity movement is going to be complacency for you to be in this rut and be this overweight or get more overweight instead of feeling that you're empowered and you can get out of this fucking rut and you can do better and you can just do your goal, get your goals, and your goals can morph to higher goals that you didn't even think you can do because you didn't think you could do the goals that you just achieved. And it will be a steamroller effect, a snowball. I achieved these goals. I didn't think I could lose 10 pounds. I lost 10 pounds just by changing my diet. I wonder what else I could do. Now my next goal is I want to lose another 10 pounds. Now my next goal is I want to lose another 10 pounds. Yeah. And then you look back and you lost 50 fucking pounds.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the empowerment you feel from that. I mean, I don't know about my dick got bigger when I lost 60 pounds. That was the best empowerment I ever got in life.
Oh, no, that's a real thing.
Every,
what is it?
20 pounds.
20 pounds you get a quarter inch.
Yeah, it was fun.
I saw
that actually turned out to be my goal. I'm like, oh, you get another fucking woo!
I saw a TikToker did a video one time and he was like, oh yeah, for every 30 pounds you use, you gain an inch of wiener, and it just like cut to him on the treadmill running.
Yeah, dude. Better version, you know what I mean? Not for me, but just for everybody.
Right.
That's all it is. And if you see somebody in the gym that's overweight, go tell them how proud you are of them.
Oh, for real.
Go tell them how proud you are of them. Say, you know what? Good for you. I hope to keep seeing you in here. You're doing awesome. I'm a regular here. I know everybody in here. You're new.
Yeah.
I know it probably took you a lot to get here. I'm proud of you.
Yep.
I want to see you tomorrow. I want to see you this week.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I want to see you.
I think most gym
this
rats.
This is day one, not one day.
Yeah.
Most gym rats have that. And if you don't have that, you need to go out of the gym. You're ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? But I think that's something that you're not going to run into many negatives going into a gym because most of them are there to better themselves.
Right.
Anyways.
And the biggest guy is usually the nicest guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Biggest guy is the nicest guy.
Yep.
It's me.
That is you.
It was you,
Is you.
I thought I was actually nervous to talk to him the first time I did.
That one podcast, I didn't think he was going to be too nice to you. He kept peeing them all up.
Oh, yeah, no.
I kept saying I was going to punch him in the face.
I'm sure he's going to jump over the table.
I don't care.
I'm like, oh, God.
I wasn't even like that in my 20s. I could goof around.
I was just teasing.
No, I don't got it.
All right. That's it for me, guys.
Yep.
Love you guys.
Thanks for joining. See you.
Yeah.